Last episode, we built the Mushroom Island, a terrain-heavy module depicting a unique biome that contrasts well with everything else in the world. We also added a small transition module between the Mushroom Island and the shores of the Snowy Taiga in order to connect the modules to the main display. Today, we're moving one step closer towards completing the series by building the Lush Cave. There's no time to waste, so let's get to it. Today's module, once again, has a surface area of 32 by 48 studs. Out of the 11 main modules, 5 of them have that surface area. Basically half of them. Just something fun to point out. You'll notice a lot of bulk in the framing of this one. Huge panels raising the whole module up by a few blocks off the ground and chunky pillars in each of the corners. Unlike the last cave module, I want to make sure the roof of this module is actually a part of the module itself. The roof of that module is actually on the underside of the Cherry Grove, which was inconvenient to build. Anyways, that's why there's so much extra support. You'll note I'm just using regular green bricks for moss and light bluish gray for the clay. And it was at this moment that I got a notification that someone had commented under a community post. A community post with the poll that asked which cave biome you guys wanted next. A commenter, as you can see here, had pledged to tie the results. I looked, and it turned out not only had he done just that, but he flipped the winner over to the trial chambers. Like Florida in 2000, I called the winner too early. Oh well, I'm committed to the Lush Caves now. But I still want to leave a little hint of a trial chamber since the votes were so close. Hopefully this satisfies those of you that voted for it. I used the old dark gray color for the tough bricks, which I think looks pretty accurate to the game. This task was made more difficult because there were no masonry bricks in the color, so I decided to use these 1x2 modified brick pieces. Looks close enough to me. I left a 1 block gap in this thing to suggest a player was exploring and broke into the trial chambers. Anyways, I have no commentary for all of the building that I did to finish the inside of the cave. Put redstone in there. That's pretty cool. Plenty of interesting techniques used in here too. There's no inverted 2x2 tile in green, so there were many multi-facing snot techniques I had to use to fit some of the blocks in place. If you thought that part was kind of boring and a tad tedious, you haven't seen nothing yet. That was a double negative. I hate, why'd I put that in this? Anyways, the roof. The roof was a huge pain because the entire thing had to be built upside down. This was perhaps one of the only things I've ever built in this digital landscape that would have been easier to build in real life than on the computer. On its surface, it sounds easy and it looks easy, but the problem is that the roof is going to be placed on the module secured by gravity. It works in real life, but it's hard to secure in the app, so it took a lot of moving around. The other thing is that it's super difficult to get in there and place bricks when you're got the roof lined up with the rest of the module. You can increase the camera's field of view when you're rendering an image, which is helpful for me to get close-up shots, but it cannot be changed when you're building. So you may ask, why am I building it upside down if it's so difficult? Well, there's 2 reasons. One, as I said before, there are no 2x2 inverted green tiles, but second, and more importantly, building the roof upside down makes it a lot easier to hang glowberries from it. But before I add glowberries, I want to spruce up this cave a little bit. There's plenty to keep track of, both azalea bush types, moss carpets, grass, and both drip leaf variants. The roof was much easier because the glowberry design I used could be easily copied and pasted. I also wanted to create a spore blossom, but I couldn't use the design Lego used because it uses studs on the top, and therefore can only be placed on anti-studs, which I do not have access to on this roof. So I made my own design. I'm such a genius. And just like that, the module is done, and the only thing left to do is populate. I'm very, very happy to report to you that the axolotl mold and faceprint is available in stud.io. Not a very common occurrence, and it would have been hard to brick build, so I'm very happy. I did recolor one of them to be brown so that we could have each of the naturally spawning variants you'll find in the game, and I figured we should also add a player. And it turns out, I have some leftover decals from an old project that I can use to make a minifigure of myself. I had to kit myself up in full diamond armor, of course, exiting the cave with a mace and a breeze ball. I know that's not what they're called, but it's funny. And I made a custom decal for that breeze ball. I mean, I didn't make it, I stole it, but, you know, same difference. Anyways, rendering time is coming soon, but I want to talk to you guys for a minute. You see, this series is almost over. I'm trying to wrap it up in time for the New Year's so that I can spend 2025 focusing on a new and much bigger project. The original plan was to have 2 more episodes after this. One episode would be a series of transition modules to go around the existing Lush Cave that I just built, and then the final episode would be a mountain to go on top. But I have a proposal for you guys. Should I combine the 2 episodes into 1 mega episode to release on this December 31st? I usually ask this kind of question as a poll, but it's hard to explain the question in short enough words. Also, I want some individual written feedback from you guys, and I'm scared of this man tying the vote again. Anyways, that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in either the second to last episode or the last episode on the 31st of December. It's rendering time, so sit back, relax, and enjoy, and I'll catch you later.
you.